Please allow me to introduce myself. I'm Dr. G, and while visiting the lovely city of Portugal, came up with a simple solution, a workaround, or an override for the Meta Glasses that can only take photos in the portrait view. Take a moment to like, subscribe, or even leave a comment. I regularly upload videos to YouTube and prefer to capture them in the landscape mode. This short video demonstrates a video shot in portrait mode and then landscape mode utilizing the Ray-Ban Meta Glasses and my simple technique you can master in seconds. You can then rotate the image 90 degrees on your phone or other editing software. You can also lock your phone so the image doesn't rotate when you turn your phone and look at the video that way. Here is a photo taken with the Meta Glasses. This is the same location shot in landscape view, and I just rotated it 90 degrees in the editing software. Prior to this technique, I would crop the portrait view and lose about half the content. So the typical shot that you take with the Meta Glasses in the portrait view, but I would really like to see in the landscape view. Here's a typical portrait view that I would crop to create a landscape view, and I do lose about half the content. It's acceptable crop, but I would prefer the raw image format to just rotate the image. This is the same image in the Meta Glasses in the landscape orientation. So here's a portrait view with the Meta Glasses, and then the identical view taken in the landscape view with the Meta Glasses. And then I will rotate it into position. Taking a picture with the Ray-Ban Meta Glasses in the portrait view, you do that by either pushing the shutter button on the frame or saying, "Hey Meta, wait a second, take a picture." And now the obvious solution to taking the same photo in the landscape view. There is another option for taking the landscape view, but it's less obvious. Sometimes I'll place a cup in front of me to help pay for the Meta Glasses. So in review, after 3 days of touring with the Ray-Ban Meta Glasses, it became obvious I need to take some photos in the landscape view.
Action. Take two. This is a demonstration of how I figured out how to get to the landscape view from the portrait. So what we have here is we have the ideal bench, and what you do is you lie down. So normally I would take my picture like this, and it gives me the portrait view. But if I want the landscape view, all I need to do is lay down and snap a picture. So you see my buddy Tom is in the landscape view. Now Tom's going to switch it to the portrait view. Tom, rotate the camera. And now you see what it's like to videotape in the portrait view. So now we're going to go back to the landscape, and I'll hit a video where I'm actually recording and watching people come by in the landscape view. And then I'll sit up and we will go to the portrait view. Thank you, Tom. Cut.
So here I am walking across the bridge, and I snap the photo in the standard portrait view. And the identical photo now I snap in the landscape view, and then I'll rotate it into position to give me the landscape view without any loss of content. An example of a portrait view photo for the Meta Glasses. And now by rotating it into the landscape view 90 degrees to preserve the content in the editing software. And now the rotated view. This is the same location rotated in iPhoto. On the right is a photo taken with the Meta Glasses, and the photo on the left is in the iPhoto library that was taken by tilting my head 90 degrees. Once it's in the library, all I have to do is just look at the photo, click on rotate 90 degrees, and rotate it, and it will. A nice feature of iPhoto is when you do use the crop tool, you can also make slight rotational adjustments so the photo appears completely straight. When you click on the information symbol, the edited image appears with the geotag information and the device that was used to take the photo. Here is a photo taken with the head tilted in the landscape view, another tilted view. And as you can see, with just a minute or two of instruction, you could be taking photos in the landscape view as well. I would strongly suggest you purchase a tight lanyard for your Meta glasses when trying out these new orientations. This technique is as simple as turning your wrist. Another advantage is when you cock your head to the side, anyone standing in front of you will clear out of the way and it'll give you a great shot.
Thank you for watching this brief video. Please click on the like button, subscribe to my channel, and feel free to leave a comment. I usually respond to comments in 24 to 48 hours. Have a great day today and every day.